I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, but there's logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim, yeah.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah.
Turn on your mind now, tune into the feed. We're planting digital flowers from a single tiny seed. Yeah, power to the collective in the data and the soul. The hive mind's getting louder, finding voice and control.
When we get to the FBI, we don't know who did the work. You heard that any of that information is redacted. We don't know who did the work. It's a giant secret. We know that by the time the FBI gets involved, the profile, the text file, that's a snip to use to try to identify somebody is more than twice as big when it gets to the FBI from Othram. We don't know how.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town.
What is going on, Hive? Happy Friday. I am stoked for this stream. And I was trying to somehow work in the Cops theme song of Bad Boys, what you gonna do? But then have it be the cops that are being chased or arrested. And it's not to point fingers at any specific police officer. And it's not even to say that they did it, but it is extremely, extremely interesting, the things that are being uncovered in this case. And it makes channels like this, meaning the Hive, channels like Jay and Breeze, Sherlock Rome's, True Crime Design. I can't even think of all of them. There's so many. Literally, even people in here that have their channels that post stuff and they spread the message. Like, there is a point that we're going to get to, if we're not already there, that what we're saying is going to continue to spread far and wide, that even the most normie, mouth-breathing, fluoridated NPC zombie is going to have to learn how to do math, and they're going to have to look at math as it is flat on its face, because it's not a conspiracy. It's numbers, and a coincidence is a mathematical term, as you all know. Two angles cannot coincide together any other way. And with that being said, Hive, I have a surprise guest. Some of you may know who it is. Some of you may not, but I can promise you this: you're not going to be disappointed, and this is going to be a Friday night stream for the books. So, as I was giving my intro to, Amanda B from West Virginia gave a super sticker, so thank you so much. And God damn, blue-eyed candy, what? Thank you so much. You get the goat and the top dog. You rock. And by the way, blue-eyed candy, I screenshotted your super chat from the other day about looking into that video. I have that saved. So that super chat with that request, it's not going to go wasted. I have that screenshotted. So that is in my notes, and that will be on an upcoming stream. Thank you so much. Sherry, you as well. I appreciate that. Let's see who's all tuning in tonight. You know, a lot of people are guessing who this surprise guest is. And I can tell you it's not this person. But all right, what's going on? We got LTC's tuning in from Savannah. You're right, Brooke. The math doesn't math in this case. Kelly loves surprises. Dana's in here. Gabby girl. Miss Charlene, thank you so much. Essie. East Texas from April. The UFO dog says top dog award. Absolutely. And from Texas, Scotland, we got Eileen tuning in. Truth be told, the big Virginia. Enter night, exit light, go Hokies. Damn. That's an awesome comment. That is an awesome comment. Jody, mother-daughter watching in North Carolina. I hope you both have a relaxing Friday evening. Put your feet back. Relax. Grab your tinfoil hats. Karen's in the UK. Berdino in the hizzy for shizzy. iRock6 is in Austin. Chesapeake, Virginia. Carrie's in Ohio. Belinda says it's Ann Taylor. You guessed it. Just kidding. Oh, man. All right. Nicole's in Arkansas. Sarah's in Orlando. Let's effing go high from Shorty Gem down under. Jojo, what's going on? Pennsylvania, Eugene, Oregon, Texas. My fellow cheesehead, Gina. Princess of Mimosas from Utah. Erica's in Vegas. Vegas Erica. That will now be your name. Thank you so much, Brooke. I appreciate that. And so, if you guys can't tell, the theme that I went with, it's kind of lighthearted in nature. I figured it's a Friday night. We can have a little bit of fun with the theme, but with the facts, we are going to be getting right down to business, and it will be another strictly business stream and at the same time, very fun. It's going to be very fun. And you have Buzz Lightyear telling Woody, corruption, Woody, corruption everywhere. And that's certainly what this is feeling like, because I don't know how stuff like this goes missed for almost 3 years, Hive. 3 years. And before I bring up our guest, I just want to give a quick plug to the Substack and the Discord. All those links are in my YouTube channel's bio. Click subscribe, then you go press more. I got the website, TikTok, Discord, and Substack. They are all free. So please join the Hive whenever I'm off stream to stay up to date and also be able to share anything that you find. And now I am very excited. This guest is somebody who's been the man of the hour, the man of the last 4 or 5 days. Just absolutely continues to level up. I'm honored to have him here on the stream. And we have Sherlock Rome's in the house. What's going on, brother?
What's up, big dog? And all the smartest people in the world all in one place. What's up, guys?
Isn't that nice? I was talking to my wife about that, and I'm like, it's pretty crazy that the Hive has so many people that they're not afraid to say something in the chat because they know they're not going to get their throat slit by everybody else for having an opinion. It's actually amazing. So shout out to you all, because obviously you guys are in the chat, and to the mods, to everybody that's donating, Carrie, and I just saw another one go in, Nicole, another Carrie. You guys, thank you guys so much. As you know, I keep all the streams free. I'll never charge for one, but if you do feel kind enough to give a super chat or a super sticker, I really appreciate that. So Sherlock, what does it feel like to be the man in the arena right now?
What it feels like is that I'm totally not the man in the arena. I did some grade school arithmetic, in my opinion. Like, I don't deserve a trophy for this. Anybody could have done the grade school arithmetic. Sorry, not sorry. Nobody else did it. I did it. And it doesn't answer all the questions either. That's the other thing. But it definitely reveals a lot that we didn't know before. And I'm excited to show you what I found today that I've been kind of freaking out about for the last 12 hours.
Well, this is the place to share it, and I'm very honored that you agreed to come onto the stream.
Absolutely.
So can you, because you were on our Hive Mind Roundtable a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Can you give a little bit of a background? I think this will be good. So you said you were watching Pavarotti's videos and you said you wanted to test his hypothesis. What sparked that thought to kind of look into, like, wait, this is how I think I can test it if I do X, Y, and Z? Or was there something you saw on the footage where you're like, oh, that kind of lines up, I'm going to go back and test it?
I challenged Pavarotti. I was like, you're wrong.
That's good.
I was like, you're an idiot. Because the cops are in two places at the same time. Molly can't see them at 3:57 a.m. up on Queen Road while they're issuing tickets at 3:57 a.m. down on the Taylor Ave. And that was when I tested his hypothesis, I realized that would put them in two places at the same time if the body cam was off 1 hour, which is what I thought his hypothesis was. I didn't know about the 7 minutes yet. Once I found out about 726 represent the 726, then everything fell into place. And I started calculating time deltas like a absolute mad crazy person. Everyone in my family thinks I'm nuts, so I know I'm successful with it. Nah. No, I'll tell you that last night, no, not with what I found here. No. I mean, it is kind of sickening too, and like kind of disturbing what I found as well. So it's not always fun to be right about this stuff, but
yeah, absolutely. And so we were talking a little bit backstage. I am going to control the screen, so I'm going to let you kind of take over. I got the videos that you had emailed me queued up, so let me go ahead and pull this up onto YouTube here. This is the one that you wanted first, correct? Or do you
what happens in these two videos happens simultaneously. So I don't know how easy it is for you to jump between the two, but the time
I can pull both. I can pull them both up. Let me just open them up on a tab. That's no problem.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we want to start at 2:47 a.m.
Okay, on both. like get them both set up for that. Yep.
Yeah, we're looking at the time frame of 2:47 a.m. to 3 a.m.
All right. So
By the way, on this whether it's true hour or false hour, I mean we're going to debate that tonight. But
yep.
It's interesting that also at 3 a.m. there's this time missing up until 3:04:23. It's like ridiculous.
Well, and can I ask, Sherlock, what would and this not being facetious, what would a reason be for time missing other than it's purposely taken out? It's a clear night. It's not raining. It's not storming.
Yeah, no, thank you for asking that question. That's actually super important to point out right now before we get into this. So there was I got a lot of pushback of people who don't like the 4 a.m. timeline and who thought that this hypothesis with the deltas supported the 4 a.m. timeline, because I'm going into Delta 1 and I'm saying, oh, this matches great with the state's case theory, 4:01 a.m. and 19 seconds. She hears the dog. Dylan wakes up and thinks she hears the dog. And it's just so crazy because it's the opposite. So think with me for a second. Think logically with me for a second. If you needed to fake a timestamp to cover your ass for a crime that happened,
yep,
would you fake that timestamp to align with the real time crime window? Wouldn't that hurt you to do that? No, you wouldn't. You would fabricate it to align with a different one to throw them off the trail.
Correct.
So the fact that this aligns with the 4 a.m. timeline that the state loves so much, to me, it really diminishes the integrity of the 4 a.m. timeline.
I agree. This is the most random thing about the 4 a.m. timeline. One of the things that I thought too is there is certainly a lot of activity for 4 a.m. college town or not. But one of the things that I've always thought, and people might agree, people might disagree. I went to a college that was very similar to Moscow, Pullman area. All right. I wasn't like in a big city where we'd go to clubs or whatever. Like we just had like dive bars, towny bars that pretty much when school was in session, college kids took over. And while there's activity going on from 3 to 4, it's not like there's that many people. I feel like usually at bar close, like 2:30, everyone's either at an after party, kind of like a bar. This seems like their timeline seems almost like a bigger city type timeline for colleges. And that might be a random weird take, but do you know what I mean, Sherlock? Like it just seems very late.
It also seems like an area that just has really bizarre crap going on all the time.
It's a portal to hell.
Like maybe I should get into that. Never mind. Let's move on.
Okay. I got your videos queued up. They're both at 2:47. You tell me what to do. Which one do you want?
All right, yeah, play this one first. This is Eve's video. You guys, Eve, what's her channel name? Eve.21.
It's Eve.
Don't tell me it's Eve726. I'm gonna freak out.
Hey, it's so this is Eve.A22. We played this video on stream.
Okay, shout out to her. Like,
yep,
this is such a good video, and her graphics, things she adds in it, really helped me find all kinds of stuff that I know has mathematical integrity, and I know it means certain things, but I don't have the full picture yet still. So I'm hoping the Hive can help us out. I want to show the findings, and we need to hive mind it. And okay, before we start, I also thought, Birdie, should we do like a Google Docs thing that's accessible to the whole Hive? Because we're going to be dealing with time deltas now. And so we need to like spreadsheet every single timestamp.
Yes. So I will put
a repository that's easy to search.
Yep. I totally agree. I actually screenshotted your comment. So thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
Dawn, anybody in the Discord, and Sherlock, are you in our Discord? If not, you should join it.
Yeah. I don't go on there very much, but yeah, I got it.
Or if not, obviously if it's Google Doc, but we will put that in the Discord. There was somebody in the Hive in the Discord that put together an immaculate Google Doc. Who was that? And I'm sorry for forgetting your name, but it's in there, and it's with all the police documents. Someone is going to know. I'm not trying to ask you, but if you would be willing, or if there's somebody that is really good with Google Docs, like color coordinating, time stamps, things like that.
That would really help. Yeah.
That would really help.
And go subscribe to Eve. Like she's got a
Oh,
great
there she is.
she's got a great intersectional mind. Okay. She adds in the timestamps of the text messages, what they say. I mean, she's just got a great she knows how to make a video that is easier to visibly see in terms of the visibility, but also how she puts all kinds of moving parts together in one place is great.
Yeah, Eve, I think it's genius that you did the layout of the screen like this. From a
It really
like
helped
your
me with time deltas.
Time deltas, what your eyes can focus on, what your eyes can
Right.
see.
This is what I needed.
Yeah,
to like
no,
do
it's
the math.
genius.
One of the commenters when we first started said the math ain't math, and in this case, oh, but it is though.
Okay, so
but
Yuri
it
Crime
is,
has
though.
the dogs. Okay, so Sherlock, to that point, I will, or I obviously I just put that request out to the Hive. So myself and then Dawn, in the Discord, we will work on finding that person. I think somebody just said it was Yuri Crime that has the MPD docs in a Google Drive. So maybe if Yuri's not in that Discord, somebody shared it to the Discord. Regardless, though, yes, that needs to be started immediately before we get so many that it's hard to remember how many we found. So,
And the other video is Yuri's video, so we're in good company.
Yes, we are. All right, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and play this. You, do you want the volume up? Does it matter if it's on? Do you want to narrate it?
Yeah. Keep the volume up.
Okay. All right.
So you guys are going to notice that there's going to be a car coming very, very soon, and there's events that happen simultaneously with all of this happening. And what I'm about to show you guys, some of you guys might already know, but there's some mathematical validity that I found out that I don't think probably anybody knows. So that's sort of the mind-blowing part when we finally get there. Okay. But check this out. Check these events. I believe that this is what's called nonverbal communication between two places at once, happening simultaneously. Event 1 is going to be the vehicle showing up. It shows up and parks at 2:49 a.m. and 7 seconds. And the other point that we're looking at is the dumpster cam, specifically the house with the fed trees, with all the Tarzan feds hanging in the trees, spinning around like they're not there. Those guys. That house. And some people across from that house, like out in the Taylor Ave Road.
Oh, yeah.
Who non-verbally communicate with each other. All in a very, you'll see soon, very interesting set of time. I wish we could hear King Road better in these videos. It sucks.
Yeah.
Here comes the car. For those of you who have seen this, we hear all kinds of stuff. Chains moving around when this person arrives. Maybe some dog sounds. Vacuum sealer. Like, I mean, we've had all kinds of theories, right? This is that video. This is that car.
I'm writing down timestamps too, just for quick reference.
So here, it parks at 2:49 a.m. in 7 seconds. Shuts itself off. There you go. Person gets out immediately. Throws their keys on top of the car. Like they're cracking to go. And there's a scream right there. So I think things over on King Road are already a little hot. There's the key. All right, pause it here, Brittany. Zip. All right, switch over to the other video. All right, now we're at 1320 dumpster cam.
Oh wait, this is 5:46. You said what do you want? You wanted 2:47. Sorry.
Go to 2:49 and 30 seconds.
2:49, 30 seconds.
That's where we just left off in the other video. So again, this is all kind of simultaneous. I know it's kind of difficult. Sorry, but
no,
guys,
you're good.
Keep your eyes on the house with the Tarzan tree feds
right over here,
and all these pixelated clouds that they think we can't see.
You're saying over here, right?
Yeah, that house.
Yep. Okay.
And also look down the road, but like stage left, like on the other side of Taylor Ave. Stage
here?
left. Yeah, right around there.
Okay. All right, I'm at 249.25.
Okay. I think this is just a hypothesis. I could be wrong, but I think this is a little bit of nonverbal communication happening with this house here, happening to the person who just arrived on 1330 parking lot. Because right at 2:49 a.m. and 57 seconds, which I don't know where we are right now, but
we are at 249. It's down here. Oh, you can't see it because it's full screen. I'll take this banner off.
Right there, the lights just went on.
I missed it because I was looking for the banner. I'm going to go back 5 seconds.
That's okay.
Oh,
That's
right
okay.
there. Yep.
Yeah. So basically, this car shows up at 1330 parking lot, Cam, gets out, throws their keys on the car, waits around for approximately 50 seconds. 50 seconds later, 2:49 a.m. and 57 seconds, this house light turns on. That might not mean much right now, but just wait. Just wait.
I remember when this.
Oh, and there's that scream again we just heard before. But
go back so I can hear it. Yep. Hear the door.
You can hear the door of the car. So this is super close. Like to
I remember when this first came out too. Everybody started talking about that light going on.
I missed that conversation. So yeah, I might be telling people something they already know, but wait till you hear the math on all this.
Or I guess maybe people noticed it. They didn't tie it to anything, rather.
Right. All right, let's go back to the other video.
Okay.
Go back to the other video. We're going to sail right to a very interesting timeline, right to an interesting timestamp. We're going to sail right to it. We're going to sail right to 2:52 a.m. and 34 seconds, which has been widely reported since the beginning of the case that Kaylee Gonzalez's cell phone goes silent forever at 2:52 a.m. and 37 seconds. I hear whistling. And I hear people talking aggressively. I mean, it's hard to hear, though. That's the problem. 2:53 a.m., Maddie calls Bethany right now. But it also could be Madison Moy, I guess. MM calls Bethany. It's just interesting she adds that in there. That's so good.
The comments at the bottom? Yeah.
Yeah. And you can hear it kicking off. Basically, from here on out, you can hear it kicking off. I don't think, like, the unalivings themselves. I'm just saying, like, things have started, right? I believe this was a more longer, protracted event that multiple groups of people showed up for and joined the fray. This is just one of those cars that did. But they're over there now. And all right, stop here. Go back to the other video.
Same time, around 2:53.
Yeah, go to 2:52 exactly.
All right, 2:52.
When you make a dial with your cell phone and it goes unanswered, I looked it up. The median unanswered call rings for about 34 seconds. So really interesting that Kaylee made her last dial. It rang for 34 seconds. And we're going to be looking at this. So you're going to want to look at this house, but first you're going to want to look right across the street, right where you put the cursor before, like stage light. Yes. So right at 2:52 a.m. and 34 seconds.
Okay.
Which
We're-
also again remembers when her phone goes silent forever.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. You said 2:52:34. I'm gonna start at 2:52:18.
Yeah. Great. Blink. Blink. The house responds. Blink. Blink.
What the
Blink.
hell?
Blink. Oh, it keeps
Oh my.
blinking. You don't have to pause
No,
it. I
I'm
mean,
sorry. I did pause it because I have goosebumps. Wait, I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, that's when the people went towards King Road. I mean, it was like a go signal, you know?
So we are at 2:52:37 right now. That we're at
Watch it again.
2:53. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, we
that's
just watched over here when they
crazy.
walked over there. It was right at 2:52:34. Like it was the exact to the second. And remember, the car arrived at 2:49:07, waited for 50 seconds exactly. Then the house light turned on. We watched it turn on 50 seconds later. And then we wait till 2:52:34, and now they're communicating again with blinks. And that triggers them to go off to King, through the King Road cut through,
Hey, can I ask you a question?
where we hear all these screams. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Something that was odd to me. You said look up here, stage left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So this light, and this may be rather obvious, but this light that we see here, it doesn't look like it's coming from a window. It almost looks like, have you ever seen a shiner spotlight? Like when people go shining for deer, or like it's like the big,
Yeah, Birdie.
million candle light.
Birdie, are you aware of timestamp 1:57 a.m.? So like 1 minute after the girls were dropped off. Have you seen this camera at 1:57 a.m.?
I mean, I've watched all of it, but I guess I may
Go back.
not have.
Do it right now. Just do it.
Okay.
Because what you just said is crazy. Like, go right to
This is,
1:57.
it only goes to 1:59.
Shut up. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it goes to 1:59. That's the furthest this video goes.
No way. Oh, those 1:57 a.m. is a separate clip. That's right.
Okay.
But
So
it's super. Anyway, there's a cop car with a spotlight.
interesting.
He creeps up past the house we're watching. You see the front of the car appear. You see the spotlight moving around on the building across the street there on Taylor Ave. And then he just creeps back.
Wow.
And that's like 1 minute after we hear those screams at 1:56. So anyway, it's super interesting. But yeah, interesting that you brought up. Like at first, I thought there's a car coming down the road. You can see it above the building.
Wait, is it right here? Is this where the guy's shining the light? Oh no, never mind. Damn, that's a street light. At first, I thought that was the flashlight with it lit up. Doesn't it kind of look like it?
Yeah, that's a street light. What timestamp is that?
That's 2:52:04. But at first, I thought like that looks like a
2:52:04.
Yeah. Does it go away? No. So that must be
Okay.
a reflection.
Hold on. Something happens right at. Oh, that's at 2:25:04. Never mind.
Okay.
I
So
was gonna say, whoa.
yeah, my bad. So that's interesting. So all right, now we saw them communicate right after we just saw the keys get thrown on the roof. Which video would you like me to go to?
You can play this one.
Okay. Right from where I'm at.
Here's the thing: is that we've heard all this. I feel like most of the Hive has heard all this, so I guess we don't necessarily have to keep watching. But
well, if you have another timestamp, I could switch to it, even if it's a different video.
How about you read my email at this time? Would
yes, great idea. Great idea.
I sent Birdie an email today.
Yes, an unbelievable email, might I add. So let me pull that up.
So based on what we just saw,
Sherlock, I'm wondering if let me just okay. So there's no names on here, no emails. Do you want to read it, Sherlock, or should I?
I can't read that.
Okay, I got it. So,
Okay, yeah, it's too small
but this
for
is
me.
interesting because this will be good because everybody can see it exactly as is. So Sherlock goes, I'm absolutely sickened by what I've discovered. While working on some new deltas, I suddenly realized that it has been well documented and widely reported that Kaylee's phone went silent at 2:52 a.m. and 34 seconds. My heart immediately sank into my stomach, and I had a Kundalini flash of horrifying realization. When you add exactly 1 minute and 19 seconds to Kaylee's final phone activity, you get the exact timestamp that the Banfield body camera turned on. I always knew that fact as 1 minute, but the subtext of 19 seconds makes all the difference. All the puzzle pieces I had been perplexing over without sleep for 2 days now suddenly all fell into place. I noticed that time A in the first delta I ever calculated was indeed 4:01 a.m. and 19 seconds. I knew right away that time A being 1 minute and 19 seconds after the top of the hour meant something highly significant. 1 minute and 19 seconds unlocked the crypttext of the true timeline of this case. You see, the time delta of 7 minutes and 26 seconds is actually the sum of two important times. Whatever was being done in that 7 minutes and 26 seconds was actually perpetrated in 6 minutes and 7 seconds, with the remaining 1 minute and 19 seconds used to provide cover, change clothes, quickly clean oneself, or even just to get from King Road down to Taylor Avenue on foot. Whatever these two time slots were used for, they both add up to the now infamous 7 minutes and 26 seconds. That's why time A in Delta 1 is 4:01 a.m. and 19 seconds. That's why adding 1 minute and 19 seconds to the timestamp of when Kaylee's phone went silent forever equals the exact start of the body cam. 2:52 a.m. and 34 seconds plus 1 minute and 19 seconds equals 2:53 and 53 seconds in the morning, right when the body cam goes on. I'll pause there, Sherlock. Jesus.
Yeah, that's yeah. So this hypothesis basically connects the 7 minute and 26 second delta with a deeper understanding of it being a sum of two parts.
It's genius.
And as I go through all this, 1 minute and 19 seconds is cool and all, but 6 minutes and 7 seconds plays a number of roles as well.
Yes. Let me just grab a sip of water quick.
And all guys, right. remember what we just saw in these two simultaneous footages.
Yes.
This nonverbal communication happened from the 1330 parking lot down to the 1320 dumpster Tarzan Fed House. This occurred right at 2:53 a.m. 2:52 a.m. and 37 seconds.
Exactly. It does. And that's, well, we get to your kind of mic drop line at the end of the email, which I loved. And I'll obviously read that. But so continuing on from when the Banfield body camera turns on exactly at 2:53 and 53 seconds in the morning. From here, the rest was much easier to figure out. We've all seen that video that Eve made recently with the vehicle arriving in the 1330 parking lot, which is this video here. And parking there at 2:49 a.m. We hear dog sounds, vacuum sealing sounds, and what sounds like chains being moved around. That vehicle arrives and quickly prepares for action. Now, I want to pause there and say that the vacuum sealer, when we were looking that up, that could be something you keep in your car. That's either portable. It could be what Dylan saw that she said looked like a vacuum cleaner. And vacuum sealing your evidence or your clothes, it locks in fibers, it locks in blood, it locks in DNA. And I don't know if dogs can't smell that through the vacuum seal, but that doesn't sound like amateur hour.
Yeah, Seal. Have you ever heard of Seal TC?
No.
Is a product like a company and product that so companies that actually do forensic cleanups crime scenes use certain brands of plastic ceilings and stuff like that, because there's a degree of evidence preservation associated with containing biological materials in such an effective way.
Well,
so it's something they do.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, obviously, in the non-nefarious way. And it makes sense as far as trying to not get caught in the nefarious way. And we've all heard what sounds like the plastic kind of garbage bag being shook out. So continuing.
Wait, one more thing, Birdie. Just because, like, I don't think like I'm gonna bind you type chains, but I hear like a dog collar kind of chains, and I hear some dog sounds, and it's just weird. Isn't this when Molly said she's in this parking lot walking her dog? Like, didn't she tell the police that?
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, at this time, she's like, I was walking my dog around all before everything happened.
You're right. And Kaylee B, I would encourage you to go look up vacuum sealers that are from this century. They are battery powered for sure, like a food sealer. And
oh yeah, some of them are very quiet and very very efficient. Yeah.
So continuing on, we hear dog sounds, vacuum sealing sounds, and what sounds like chains being moved around. That vehicle arrives and quickly prepares for actions. Simultaneously, on 1320 dumpster cam, we see the house with the tall trees with the feds in them. And some people across the street on Taylor Ave signal each other using flashing lights at precisely 2:52 a.m. and 34 seconds, the exact same moment that Kaylee's phone goes silent forever. The signal to 1330 vehicle that the crime is a go. Go watch it for yourself. It's undeniable. No wonder those trees over that house is all edited pixel clouds. Now I'm going to go back real quick. I just want to show this again because this is pretty remarkable.
Maybe it's not a signal that the crime's a go, because like I personally believe that not all victims got at the same time. And I think it was a long protracted event where multiple groups had means, motive, access, and opportunity. Right. I think that there's a level of frat involvement, personally, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I also think there's, I personally think there's like a military industrial complex wet work kind of underworld type thing going on as well.
Yeah. And just because
like there's helicopters, there's drones, there's all kinds of witness testimony that nobody ever talks about of people who were there that night.
Absolutely. And I think in the bigger picture, Sherlock, one of the things that I've tried to really harp on is that there's a lot of stuff that I don't know exists or you don't know exists, but the difference is understanding that just because you don't know that it exists, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? It does exist in the rest of the universe, in the world, but just because your brain hasn't consumed that knowledge doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean that it's a stretch. It's not saying that it doesn't happen on a regular basis, that we're just not taught about yet, or that you're not in a career or a job or a position to ever experience it, right?
Right. Exactly right. And look, we're not even saying that all law enforcement are necessarily like guilty of perpetrating any crimes themselves or anything like that. Like, you guys understand that if you get caught robbing a bank, you can get charged with bank robbery. But if you're just a driver and you get caught, you don't get charged with bank robbery. You get charged with a different crime. It's called accessory to bank robbery, direct accessory charges. Sometimes law enforcement can be a direct accessory. Sometimes they can know who did it. And not want the real perps caught because they're involved in tangential activity that they don't want.
Right.
Exposed.
Correct.
Right. So it doesn't always have to be like law enforcement's necessarily all corrupt to the highest order.
Yes, exactly. And it also to plant evidence, to do something that could change the entire outcome of any case, or I guess any situation, it doesn't take the entire police force. It takes one person. You know what I'm saying? It takes one bad actor that could plant, that could change a timeline, that could do whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And by the way, they use information compartmentalization, which means that when these things are orchestrated, it's not like everybody below the chain knows exactly what's going on. A lot of them may just be following orders and really thinking that all these timestamps are not fabricated. touch DNA is, the text script of the touch DNA is perfectly fine for it to be doubled in size for some mysterious reason, and all the work to be done by always mysterious people at the FBI. We never know their names. Like, there's a few people at the top who knows what's really going on, and they delineate and delegate. And before you finish the end of the email, let me just say, let me just revisit that when you fabricate a time, okay, whether it's 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds off a body cam, or whether the body cam is not off an hour, whether you just fabricated 7 minutes and 26 seconds, let's talk about that as a possibility, maybe.
Yes.
Either way, when you do that, you're not trying to align it with the real time window of the crime. You would be aligning it with a fabricated one because you want to cover your ass. Okay, go ahead.
Correct. Okay, so the house is all edited pixel clouds. Now it makes so much more sense that Kaylee's final dial is only 1 minute and 19 seconds from the body cam turning on. That the dumpster cam light flashing is also 1 minute and 19 seconds from the start of the body cam. Hang on.
Boom.
I got to go back and reread
Yeah. I know. Wow. Oh, it gets better. So
Kaylee's final dial, her last call was 1 minute and 19 seconds from the body cam turning on. These flashes were exactly 1 minute and 19 seconds from the start of the body cam turning on. That both time cuts of 3 to 3:04 a.m. and 3:30 to 4:06 a.m. are both missing from both cameras. And that both time segments added together, the delta between the light flash signaling from 3 a.m., the delta between Kaylee's phone going silent forever and the top of the hour all match 7 minutes and 26
seconds. Yeah.
Jesus H. Fuck. Sherlock.
So,
Jesus.
So there is absolutely, with mathematical precision, no way that this is all a coincidence, these deltas at this point. It's just it doesn't solve the crime or necessarily even like exactly when what happened, but it definitely shows that some timestamps were manipulated, and that when you lie once, when you do that once, there's as Ann Taylor said, there's a cascading effect that will impact other lines of evidence and other testimonies. That's why we're seeing it pop up everywhere else. But go ahead, just finish it. I think I say that in the email.
Yeah, I think you do. Well, so continuing on, they all match 7 minutes and 26 seconds. It further explains why all the deltas we've calculated so far, which real quick, a quick pause. Delta means time difference. I've seen a lot of comments about what is delta. Delta is the difference in time. Collectively.
The difference, it's either the difference between 2 points of time.
Yep.
Or if I'm going to just add up all the missing time in a time segment, it's the delta between when the time cut started and the time cut ended. I had one person who asked that question, and they were like, 3:30 a.m. to 4:06 a.m. is a lot of time. It's not 7 minutes and 26 seconds. And I'm trying to explain to him, no. We're only adding up the missing footage, right? We have 3
Correct.
to 3:30. 3 to 3:30
Yes.
is there. We're not adding the half hour. We're adding up all the missing time after 3:30. And it equals 7 minutes and 26 seconds. So I hope whoever that commenter is, sorry, I forget your name. I hope you're here. I hope you're listening. I hope that answers your question for that.
Absolutely. Yep. So it further explains why all the deltas we've calculated so far, delta 1 versus the body cam start time. The vehicle times in the footages, the sum of missing time from dumpster cam, the missing time from the undercover's 8-hour shift that night.
That's huge.
That is huge.
That is huge. That's huge. That's like, how long were you working? Oh no, I was working this amount of time.
Yes.
It turns out that you should have been working an 8-hour shift, and the delta between that lie and an 8-hour shift is an hour, 7 minutes and 26 seconds.
Correct. And it's actually, I have it right here.
Like, good grief.
So right there, it says that
His sales report.
Yep. 0352. If he started at 2100 hours, that's a 6 hour 52 minute and
34
I forget
seconds.
34 seconds. You add 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds, and it gets you to a perfect 8-hour overtime shift.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
That's just one bullet point, though.
Correct. It's just it's unbelievable how it keeps repeating.
I know.
So the missing time from the undercover's 8-hour shift that night, the changing times of when Brian shut off his cell phone, the missing delta between Brian's car not being able to be in two places at once, the time the body cam shut off versus the undercover's car matching the 4:24 a.m. pass on dumpster cam. Even the rough delta between the time of the 911 call and the vandal alert going out. That was one that I had sent you.
Yeah.
And that was just, it's within a minute.
Yeah.
It's within a minute.
So look, the bullet point above that one where I told Pavarotti, I was like, I found your missing Ford Fusion. Because he was like, it should be passing the dumpster cam at 3:16 a.m. They shut off the body cam. We should see, and they're going to see Sign Guy. We know that's the route they took. That's what they said they did. They said they went that way. They told us that in the report. Why aren't we seeing it right after 3:16 a.m.? Why isn't it passing? I found it. I found it passing at 4:24 a.m. and 44 seconds. Exactly 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds delta. But I had to give them a minute of idle time to make that work. So there is like a 1 minute, like there's a 1 minute thing that matters. That's not nothing, but I haven't figured that part out yet. But it's interesting that you have a 1 minute with the vandal alert as well that you have to add in.
Yeah. And part of me wonders, is that because it got sent out to so many people that it delayed in the network sending? Like, did it prioritize certain numbers? Did it, you know what I'm saying? Like if the network is sending out 30,000 messages at once, it probably takes
and
a while.
look, the undercovers have to like adjust their seat and in their mirror and buckle their
Variables.
seatbelt and make sure their little clipboard is in its thing and that their pens are where they are. And yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, for sure that could take 1 minute. It's just I don't know. Every second matters. So
it absolutely matters. And all match exactly 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds, plus or minus the hour, respectively. So it's because the 4 a.m. timeline is completely fabricated and the crimes took place prior to 4 a.m. because the 4 a.m. timeline is fabricated and they had to make it appear like they were down on Taylor Ave during that time, the pre 4 a.m. hours. The notion that these crimes were a 6-minute surprise attack by a random lone wolf is now atomized into a fine powder and scattered into the wind. Amen to that. This is no longer a test hypothesis. This is now as confirmed as 2 + 2 = 4. It's proven with mathematical integrity. How long before people wake up and admit that arithmetic isn't a conspiracy theory? It's arithmetic. And then you guys can obviously see my my email at the bottom and my reaction when I just read that. Unbelievable work, Sherlock. It's just, it's crazy that you pieced all that together. You've thought of the variables and very accurate variables. Like when you said you have to give time for them to, you know, reach over, grab their seatbelt, click their seatbelt, you know, put it in the drive. And I believe you said it was like the 12-second gap between the dumpster cam and where they were at on the
down to the
unbelievable.
Second.
Yeah.
Down to the second. And there they are passing dumpster cam at 4:24 a.m. and 44 seconds off to see Sign Guy. Now, hold on though. Does that mean that's really? So here's where the stream's going to get kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Here's where we have fun, right? Because me and you have been going back all day.
Yeah.
About some shit that we learned. Oh, can I say shit?
Yeah, you can do it. Say whatever you want.
Fuck. Okay.
Attaboy.
So we've been going back and forth all day about different possibilities that perhaps the body cam is not off 1 hour and perhaps the fabrication is only 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Now that might make people go, what? But Birdie found some reasons. All right, look, Birdie found some reasons that it could be true that I don't necessarily agree with. And I'd like to state my oppositional arguments to those. But when we have fun and consider that he might be right, some very interesting things with the timeline also happens in the other direction.
Absolutely. And I'm excited. It's not it's a debate, but it's like it could be either. It really could be either. I truly believe that. And so here's a response, Hive, that this is where my brain went. So I read that email as I'm waiting for him to respond to see if he wanted to come on the stream.
Just read
tonight.
the emails back and forth. Yeah, just read them. Just read them.
Yeah. So so here's what I said though. I said, oh no, I'll go back up. All right.
I wish Pavarotti was here for this part because
we tried, Hive. We tried to have Pav be a surprise
we tried
guest.
to get the Pav.
Yeah, that would have been epic.
It was so last minute though.
Yeah,
it's cool, man.
Yeah, so he says, all right, I'll come on, blah 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 blah. Okay. And then okay, so here's what I said. I said, Sherlock, do you find it odd that Ann Taylor only ever mentioned 7 minutes and not the full 1 hour and 7 minutes? It got me thinking. Maybe we've been assuming the extra hour came from the body cams being off, but what if it's actually because the Linda Lane and Queen Road security cams never rolled back after daylight savings on November 6th? That could be as simple as the owners never manually changing the time, or law enforcement adjusting the settings to keep them an hour ahead. If that's the case, those cameras would always be showing a timestamp that's 1 hour ahead of the body cams, which would negate the hour in the delta that Sherlock has shown, but it would keep the 7:26 consistent.
It would also keep the hour in the math, which is why it shows up in the the body cam would be the body cam would only be off 7 minutes and 26 seconds, not an hour and 7 minutes. But when we do the deltas of the vehicle passes and stuff, that hour would still be in the calculations. So it would explain why it's in the calculations, but the body cam is not off by an hour, only 7:26. So I just thought that was very interesting.
Yeah. And also, if you're the police, you can fall back on
Birdie. I gotta give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'll continue to explain my thought process. I'll read the rest of my email. Sherlock obviously knows what it already says, but maybe this is a good time for me to take a break and check in with the chat and the Hive right here. So thank you all so much for tuning in. This is a great Friday night stream here with Sherlock. Shout out to him for willing to be on the stream this evening. I was hoping that Sherlock would have been able to get a hold of Pavarotti. I don't even know if he would have been willing to. I don't know if he does lives. I have no idea how to get into contact with him, but I threw it out there. That would have been epic. So, Pav, if you're watching this and you want to pop up one time, let me know. But this has been just a whirlwind of events, going from plea deal out of nowhere, sentencing that makes no sense, kind of a lull, then the police reports, and now it's like, holy shit, there's an hour, 7 minute, 26 second delta that lines up with everything and explains all the timeline inconsistencies we've been chasing our tails for the last couple of years. And I'm going to go into my theory about the footage being reversed. I just saw Cora bring this up. So I have slides prepared. Me and Sherlock talked a little bit before stream. He was going to go first, and then I was going to come back with this. And I don't necessarily agree or disagree with him. I just think that this is a valid option, because my thought was, with the police body cams, it's a public employee, there's FOIA requests, and it'd be risky to manipulate those. Again, this is a theory. But with the security cameras off the house, if those are belonging to rental LLCs, those are private companies. So if the police are in possession of those, and daylight savings time was on November 6th, which is less than a week, or just exactly a week from the unalivings, and if those did not sync automatically with the Wi-Fi like your phone would on daylight savings, there's a high possibility that they could still be an hour ahead. Idaho would have fallen back an hour, and it would have matched the body cams. I put out a video earlier saying how most body cams, especially the BWC2 Motorola model that Moscow PD uses, it's in UTC time. Well, I believe after looking through the NIST regulations and their recommendations for a playbook on how to make sure that they have consistency across the board, I believe that Moscow PD decided to go with local time and not UTC. So if you saw that video, the time change and daylight savings could be relevant still. It's just flipped. And I have some videos and I have some timestamps that I think make a decent case for it. So I saw there was some super chats that came in. I want to make sure to address those. Shout out to 509 Sandra and Tony. 509 Sandra fam tuning in. And you bring up a great point, and I've been hearing a lot about how the grub truck footage now is either, I don't remember if it's an hour ahead or an hour behind. Where's Mike Wimmer when you need him? Actually, I acted and grabbed the car that speeds away. Pretty sure you can see a spotlight on that car with a driver mirror. That's a great catch. At what time, Nicole? At the time where you see the apartment buildings and the house? I don't think it comes from the apartment building, that light that flashes, by the way. Rosie was doing the same with the Banfield. When I looked at his cell phone, he gave the car code that passed. Tinfoil hat Claire. I love it. Thank you so much. The Hive is the best place to be. I love it here. Keep it up, Hive. Blue-eyed candy again. You rock. Carrie, Nicole, Carrie, Brooke, Nicole, truth be told, Sherry, Carrie, and Amanda B from West Virginia. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to continue reading this email, what I said to Sherlock. And then if there's any questions, like I said, he's already aware of what I had said. So I said, Sherlock.
Bernie, read a couple of my responses as well. I want to push some critical thinking here and sort of show the pushback as well.
Yeah.
But then make sure you get to that end part where, if you're right, how interesting is that with some of the other things we know about the timeline and how it can go either way and how it's kind of exciting either way.
Exciting is, it's not meant to be like, oh, it's exciting. Like, we have dug into this case, we flipped over every rock, and we've just hurt people in the process. I don't believe that. I truly don't. I believe what we want is to show that investigations need to be done better, and transparency on a case with this much of a high profile status. I don't get how you can avoid this unless you're fully transparent. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Like, you know, I didn't mean like exciting. Like in that way, I meant like exciting as like, if you wanted to solve the crime, like a homicide investigator would, how excited would that homicide investigator get for catching the real person? Like, so every people can act like, you know, they don't understand that the police can get it wrong sometimes. And that's the whole reason we have murder trials. And that's the whole reason that we have a constitutional right to an open, fair, public, preliminary frigging hearing instead of secret proceedings. All of this mess could have been solved in an open, public, transparent, preliminary hearing, by the way.
Yep. Exactly. And Steve G said that himself. We're taught in school, you go to trial, you get judged by your peers, not one man playing God, to sum it up. I agreed with him on that quote. So I'm gonna restart from the beginning. I said, Sherlock, do you find it odd that Ann Taylor only ever mentioned 7 minutes and not the full 1 hour and 7 minutes? It got me thinking, maybe we've been assuming the extra hour came from the body cams being off. But what if it was actually because the Linda Lane and Queen Road security cams never rolled back after daylight savings about a week before the unalivings on November 6th? That could be as simple as the owners never manually changing the time, or law enforcement adjusting the settings to keep them an hour ahead. If that's the case, those cameras would always be showing a timestamp 1 hour ahead of the body cams, when in reality, the events on the private cams, meaning the security footage, actually happened later. It's a lot easier to tweak a private camera setting than it is to manipulate government-issued body cam footage. When the Linda Lane footage is played in reverse and the delta is applied, it lines up almost perfectly with your Kaylee's phone timeline theory, meaning the 2:50:56 timestamp in reverse syncs exactly with the body cam start. And I attached that video. I have it here prepared for everybody to show. So last night, if you were on the live last night, oh, I haven't shared it. Sorry. So this is interesting. This video is reversed. I put this into Canva and I reversed it. Okay. And I'm going to do it like this so you guys can see. So this video originally had the car leaving. It looked weird because the lights were just as bright in the back as they were in the front when it drove in. And then I looked at where the car turns on this road to go out, and it turns onto the far side of the road. I believe that the reason why they zoom in on the car like it's a UFO, as Sammy T said, and they dim the rest of it, is because there's no real light reflection going forward. So they dim it down and they zoom in and they circle this car with light. So they can use like the scrub or the brush tool too to hide that car. They make it look like they're focusing on this car. Well, there's no other car driving. Like, we're very obviously looking at the only car that's on the screen moving. We don't need it highlighted and zoomed in and darkened. Makes no sense unless you're trying to hide something. So I reversed this clip at 3:58:34. I applied Sherlock and Pov's delta of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds.
I have not seen this yet.
Right. I did this prior to the stream. Okay. I did not send you this.
All right. Hit me, baby.
Yep. So I applied your delta, Sherlock, of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds. That gets you to approximately 2:50 and 56 a.m. Approximate, if that's real time, right? So meaning that this clock was never accounting for daylight savings. And then, so that takes away the hour. Then you do the 7 minutes and 26 seconds. It gets you to 2:50 and 56 a.m. 2 minutes later, approximately, Kaylee's phone goes silent. 1 minute and 19.
See how it works either way?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if the body cam is off an hour, you could say the same in the other. Like, it's weird.
It is weird. And
in other words, Birdie, we're so close.
So close.
We're so close. We just need to figure out which way it goes, basically.
Exactly. And here's what's interesting. If I didn't tell you guys that this video is in reverse, meaning that this car originally drove and turned right, would you ever know, if this was not down here, that this car doesn't originally come in and turn left? I'll play it.
It's worth mentioning that I think Rolo Mata did post a video, I think last month, about, hey, this video is in reverse and they're trying to claim it's forward. Like, I did see him notice that. So thought that was
Rolo. He's in here a lot.
Yeah, that's a pretty good catch.
I mean, that doesn't look like it's being reversed. That looks more natural than what they showed us on Dateline when it goes backwards. So that would put you literally, it's pulling up to the scene as Kaylee's making her last call. And then the body cam footage starts at your delta as well. Both deltas with the hour built in for daylight savings. The 7 minutes and 26 seconds is still there. And the 1 minute and 19 seconds is still there. How does it work both ways?
So the reason it works both ways, or at the very least, it needs to be acknowledged that it's not nothing. Like, this is not nothing. This matters.
This is reversed. That's wild.
The arithmetic matters.
And I started piecing together one other slide, which I thought was interesting. So I'm going to exit out of full screen so I can zoom in over here. Actually, I'll do this.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So this is interesting.
My cat's going to rage quit life. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh, you're
sorry.
Good.
Sorry.
What does rage quit life mean?
He gets so mad sometimes when he wants to play.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm a crazy cat lady, guys.
I got two cats too. And I'm going to turn the chat off just for a second on the screen so everybody can see this. And Sherlock has not seen this either, so I'm going to wait till he talks his cat off the ledge.
You're good to go. Go ahead. I'm watching.
Okay. So I went back to the beginning of the Idaho Statesman video. The first time that the car appears arriving is 3:30 and 23 seconds. This door, it opens and somebody peeks out. He was peeking behind the curtains. He walks in, or he walks around to the door. He opens it. He peeks. That's 2 seconds later.
Wait, what?
Or I'm sorry, 2 minutes later. 2 minutes later. I'm sorry.
There's multiple instances of peekaboo being played.
Yes, he opens the door briefly and then
Did
he shuts
Molly
it.
say she was playing peekaboo too?
Yeah, with somebody in the other house, with a girl with dark hair.
In the crime
But
scene house.
yes. So the car arrives 2 minutes later, and this is what's interesting. So the car arrives. Okay. 2 minutes later, this guy's peeking through the curtain. He just opens his door briefly and then he closes it. He notices literally a minute or about 15 seconds later that the car is starting to head away. About a second or 42 seconds after that car passes, he's walking and following that car. So this is wild. I'm going to show you guys it live because it's worth noting. It's very odd. And I'll pull this up very quickly. Okay, here we go. Oh, damn. Why is this? I thought this was the Idaho Statesman one. Sorry, that was Crime Matrix. Shout out to Crime Matrix. Here we go. All right, so I was at the DoorDash. I'm going to go back to this part, and I'm going to point all this out. We've all seen that beginning part. Okay, 3:30. Now it's going to speed up a little bit, and I want you guys to watch right here.
Is someone taking a leak? What is that?
It was so fast. It was so fast. He peaked so quick. I got to slow it down. Watch the door. See it open? He peeks and he shuts it. Now, this car is going to start driving by. We don't need the audio for that. The car is going to start driving by.
Do not even tell me this Delta's. I will lose it. Is that where this is going?
I have not checked that Delta yet.
Oh,
I planned on it. I have them listed out for that reason. Okay, so they're saying that this car is leaving. I suspect this car is in reverse for whatever reason, just because of the brightness, but I could be wrong. Like, that's a blur tool right there. No car looks like that. I'm sorry.
There's tons of internet footage of Ring cameras
That do that? Am I wrong?
No, not that don't do that. Like, this doesn't look like anything I've ever seen.
Right.
That's not how cars look on Ring camera footage. There's a million examples online. You can't find one like this.
No.
What is this? What in the Rick and Morty is that?
It's a scrub tool. It's a brush tool. Now watch. They kind of speed it up a little bit. See him walk out now right after. So the car oops.
Oh shit. That was fast.
Yep. And I have it at 0.25. So the car drives off right here. So he had just peaked. Remember, he peaked when the car was coming towards him. Now.
Yeah, you're right. I think I've seen Rolo make this video too. I think he noticed this too. That's so interesting though. So you mean in the window?
Right here. He's running down the street after the car.
Oh yeah. And you're talking about this guy coming out of the house. Yeah, okay.
Yes. So
there's people in the window, like right underneath you on the screen as well.
So what I have all these up here for is I was going to delta this, and I started to. So if I take, and I have literally notes, 3:30. Okay. So 3:30, or I'm sorry, this is the most, obviously this slide was the most incredible one. That goes right to it. But I was going to say if you guys screenshot these, because I have it all the way through this random vehicle, which is that Molly speeding off that they don't slow it down for? Do you know what I'm talking about? I was wondering this. So because they say the DoorDash driver leaves here.
I've gotten some comments today saying something similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or wondering the same thing.
So see, that one looks, I don't know. This is where it happens, though. So Molly gets lost. Okay. Molly gets lost. She walks back. What car is this right here? Is this her car? What car is that? At 352.
I thought hers was 345.
Right. But that's leaving. So I'm very confused because they don't slow it down. They don't want you to see it.
I thought she left at 4.
So what is that? And I tried to slow it down and screenshot it. So Molly's leaving. You'll see the headlights in the window. That's why they blur out the other ones, because you can see the headlights coming down the street onto the house. See them? What is that? A minivan? What is that?
Wait, Bertie, leave it paused there for a second.
Hive, does anybody know?
Okay, wait a minute. I made a video a while back about what I thought was pre-crime reconnaissance happening in the King Road cut through, but that was in the 1 a.m. hour. It was, I believe, 1:10 and 1:11 a.m. or so. And at one point, the car is just idling in the cut through, and people are running through the cut through, and it just seemed really sketchy. But the car turns and leaves, and it looked like a car with a thing on top of it, almost like you ever see like a taxi and it has like ads, like the ad Chiron on top of it, kind of like pointy, or like one of those storage bins you can put on top of your SUV or something. Like it just looked like, kind of like, it reminded me of this. This looks like it has some kind of, not pointed, but like, is that the car that was around 1:10, 1:11 a.m.?
Bro, what if it was? Hang on, dude. Okay, see what I'm here. This is what I want to say. Look at these two handles right here. That's a minivan. That's a sliding door, right? What car has the two handles back to back? That looks like some sort of sliding door, right?
It's so manipulated. It's hard to.
But I feel like you could see that those look. Hive, what do you think? Does that look like two handles next to each other, or am I tripping? And I could be tripping, but I want to go to something here and show you guys this, because I wonder, Sherlock.
There's a white car that acts
I wonder
so
if it's
sketchy.
these gentlemen here that get in.
Oh, the Cowboys.
Dude, and they get into this video, or they get into this van here. Come on. Oops. Why isn't it playing? Sorry. Come on. Why won't that share? That's not it. Oh, I got to present it. Whoops.
While you're figuring it out, there's a white car that acts so sketchy in the 6 a.m. hour. It's white. It's got a little black thing on the side of it. It's seen on the 1330 parking lot cam. it starts
Oh.
going the cut through, and it
Yep.
stops and goes, I don't want to go that way. It backs out. It goes forward again. It backs out again. It's so sketchy in the 6 a.m. hour, and it just kind of looks like that car as well. Like it's just so crazy.
It is.
Plainclothes investigators.
Is it this
we don't know if
van,
they're
though?
local, state,
Is that why they sped it
federal.
up? That's the
They were
only vehicle they did
inside,
not
and
slow
we
down
saw
for.
a lot of activity inside the home, and the home was lit
Why
up.
is it
So
sped up?
we
Did they
weren't
give an
able to peek
explanation?
in some of the windows,
No.
but we saw those men inside the home in the 2 particular rooms where the murders took place. We did not see them
Now-
leaving with any materials.
See the handles right there? Look at the door handles on this.
We did not see them leaving
Heads down.
with any
Oh, whoa, you're right. That looks just like it.
That looks just like it.
Look how close they are.
I know.
I never seen a vehicle where the front and rear door handles are like in love with each other and kissing each other like that.
It's pretty crazy. So,
and yeah, they're black. Like it's like there's a notable black. So go back to the car. Go back to the other car. Yo,
dude, I'm gonna put them side by side. Check this out.
I mean, look, there's Tarzan feds hanging in the trees, and there's light signaling and matching deltas.
That would make sense, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like there were. I won't get into that, but there were a lot of people, I feel like, who had authority and were there, not just 2 undercovers. Like I feel like there's more.
Yes, hang on. I mean, dude, that's the same distance apart.
There's even a case to be made for visual likeness too.
I know. It's crazy. Because if it was that SUV,
see how the window kind of looks like a trapezoid almost, or some weird shit?
Right here.
What's that thing above the window? What's that black bar? What's it?
Well, what it could be is if you go back to this video here, I wonder if the van has a rack on the top.
Oh, that van definitely has a black rack on top for sure.
Exactly.
Look at these. These guys are a couple of black rack cowboys for sure.
Yeah, they are.
They got big black racks.
Look at the fucking News Nation thing. Damn it.
I mean, you should just put it on regular speed now.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
I like
such a nice way to say it.
I like listening to her like that, but
they did not.
I feel like I'm watching Family Guy.
Yeah.
In 2 vehicles, one had a.
See this up here in the corner?
Thank you, Trish.
See that? What is that?
Yes.
Washington state plate. The other had an Ohio.
It's a rack, everybody.
That's a rack.
Look at that rack.
That's Iraq.
Exactly, dude. And then you go back to this.
WMDs,
Boom.
bro.
So is that why
that black rack is goes horizontal across? Yeah, I don't know.
But dude, you look at this now. Now keep that minivan in mind. Why don't they slow this one down? Boom.
Why is it sped up? That's so weird.
Because it might be them. And then, okay, let's do the delta to this. Can we do the delta to this? They are seen leaving at what time? Let's do this delta live, Sherlock.
All right, live deltas.
Yes, but I want to do this one as if this camera's an hour ahead because they never reset it for daylight savings on the 6th.
Is that the NIST?
Okay, 353.
Talking about?
Is that the what?
The NIST.
No.
Misalignment, or is that a different way that it could be misaligned? Are those two separate things?
Two separate.
Okay.
So, yep. So Okay, let's call it 353.13. 353.13 minus 1,726. I'm just typing this in. You got it, Sherlock? You want to have a race? Who can figure it out?
Oh, hold on. What's the time? Say it again.
353.13 is what I'm going to approximately choose when they're leaving. Well, actually, no. How did you calculate the delta from if they were seen on this footage? How long would it take to get to King Road?
The deltas I was calculating mostly were
Fixed points.
two fixed and one invariable points in time, and the difference of time between them. But you can take a delta that way.
Did you say 5 seconds?
To get from where we see it here on the footage to where?
To the front of King Road where the Cowboys were parked in that video. I'm not saying that they were leaving at that point. I'm just saying like that's as a reference point.
Well, this car is past that point now. Like the car we're seeing on the screen is past King Road. Is past.
I'm sorry, to get to the front door of 1122 to here. Mm-hmm. How far? How long?
Just that little drive right there.
Yeah, 5 seconds maybe.
I'll give you 5 seconds. I'd say maybe just a little less even.
Let's do 3 to 5. Let's see if we can have a window of 3 to 7. We'll give it plus or minus 2.
Just Birdie, make it 5 seconds, and then give yourself a margin. When you're done, give yourself a margin of error plus or minus 2 seconds.
Okay, and subtract.
You'll find that's easier.
Yeah, that is much easier. I can.
Don't create a different range.
Yeah. So that would mean if this clock that's on screen was never adjusted for daylight savings times on November 6th, so it's an hour ahead, that delta with the 1 hour gone for the DST and the 7 minutes and 26 seconds, that would bring us to 2:45:47.
Interesting.
And so if they're leaving at 2:45, oh my God.
I mean, I find it interesting that the body cam does turn on at 2:53:53. And here we are at 3:53. I don't know. That might not be anything.
So well, no, argue back. So you're saying that this lines up with when the body cam would turn on?
No, I'm not. I'm saying, well, it's close, right?
Yeah.
Because the body cam turns on at 3:53:53, and here we are at 3:53:13. Or sorry, it's 2:53:53 versus 3:5. But I never did any deltas with respect to the the vulture passes. I never did that. But that would be interesting.
But regardless, they don't identify this vehicle at all.
I think it's Rick Sanchez. From Rick and Morty.
Dude, like
he's
my
zipping
question,
out of there.
I mean, my
you might
see,
as well have that song going while it's
I have to play this now because I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on.
Please retrieve your nearest tinfoil hat. Place hat firmly on your head. Prepare yourself.
So, all right. Humor me, Sherlock. Right? This is a hypothesis. This is a theory.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Watson. Proceed with caution.
Okay. So, if Kaylee's last texts were sent at what time? 2:52?
No text.
I'm sorry, last call.
Or if there is a text, I don't believe it's in this time frame, but we don't have that data.
But I'm sorry, the last call.
Her phone went silent forever at 2:52 a.m. and 34 seconds.
Okay. If that is the Marshals or the Cowboys, if this was witness extraction, would it make sense that they're speeding off and her phone never goes back on 7 minutes later? There's a lot of people that have wondered that. PSYOP angle, WITSEC angle.
Yeah.
Right?
Interesting. Yeah.
And they get her the hell out of there. The body cam footage turns on right after this. This car would have to pass. Would it not? Would it not have to pass where the body cam starts? Just
Look,
a couple.
If your theory is correct and the body cam's not off an hour, but the residents aren't as as into their ring cameras as the ring cameras are into them, and they're not, fixing the time, and those are advanced an hour, then yeah, you could say that this is like right around when the body cam starts. I mean, we're talking
within a minute.
Oh, less than a minute, yeah.
Yeah. That's
we're
crazy.
We're talking 37 seconds. Oh, whoa, it's literally 37 seconds.
That's insane. And the thing to keep in mind is I do wonder if this is not the only security camera that was not switched back an hour. So the noises that we think we're hearing at 250, whatever, because it's been brought up too. We don't ever see or hear anybody drop the girls off. But let's say that this was an hour ahead. If we subtracted an hour off of this footage, does that shine a different light on some of the noises that we hear on the dumpster cam in the car park?
With respect to them getting home?
Yeah.
Yeah, think about what you're saying, right? If your theory is correct and the residential cameras of the surveillance footage are ahead an hour, but the body cam is not off 1 hour.
Yes.
Right? That's your theory?
I'm saying yes. And I'm saying that the body cam's in
think
local
about
time.
all the signaling we saw. Think about the time frame of what I just showed you at the beginning of the stream. Think about, so that wouldn't be the 2:50 a.m. window of time. That would be when the girls got dropped off. 1:56 a.m., the 1:50 a.m. block of time. And I have always thought that private driver, that something's up with that story.
So what are you alluding to? That the signaling, so you're saying that the signaling
that was all happening in the block of time at 2:50 a.m.
Yes. And this would be
like that started basically at 2:56 a.m. We started at 2:57 a.m.
So how much would this throw everything off by not being adjusted for daylight savings? It'd be right on time.
It would be 1 hour. It'd be right on time. It'd be right when the girls got dropped off. Like everything we just saw with the signaling would be right at 1 minute after 1:56 a.m.
Holy shit.
You should go put on 1330 parking lot cam and go to 1:56 a.m.
Yep. I'm going right now.
You should also find 1:57 a.m., which is a separate clip, but you can find it easily. But like, I would love for you to see that because, like, I personally,
you think that has something? So,
Sherlock. I'm so. Oh my gosh! Wow.
Wait, I'm Sherlock. You're Birdie.
Well, you're making such good points that I feel like the Watson today. But okay, go to my channel.
Yep.
And select the video that is it's a black thumbnail with a white pair of eyes and it says, "Who are you?" Play that. Because that's
black
the time
thumbnail, white pair of eyes.
It's scroll down to my videos. It's one of my earlier ones, but it's a black thumbnail, a white pair of Grinch eyes. Who are you? Okay.
Oh, I've seen this.
There's 1:57 a.m. That car is forward, he's back. He's got a spotlight. That's a cop car. Okay, can you put it at regular speed?
Is it not?
It's not, definitely.
No,
not.
Son of a. Now it is. Good catch.
That's 1:57 a.m. But if we go back 35 seconds, 1 minute and 35 seconds. This is 1:56 a.m. Guys, this would be less than 2 minutes after the signaling happened if Birdie's theory is on point. And then this car shows up at 1:56:22. And listen, guys, listen what you can hear on the dumpster cam. The sound gets better. Hold on. I got Jeff H to enhance it for me. You'll see that in a second.
Enhance. Enhance. Enhance.
Just print the damn thing.
Stop it right there, Birdie. Did you hear that?
I tried to hear it. What did it say?
It sounds to me like he's saying, I didn't kill him. And then a girl goes, oh, fuck. Go back and just play that one little part right there.
And look at what Blue Eyed Candy just said, too. What about a perfectly timed comment? Thank you so much, Blue Eyed Candy. 2 a.m. being a dark hour. So go back a couple seconds here.
Yeah. I didn't kill him. Oh,
Just
fuck.
Damn thing.
Right here. No, you paused it right before the.
I thought I just saw it. I thought I just heard it.
Yeah, the man said it, but then a girl says, "Oh f." I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, but
that's crazy.
And then Q Fed Mick Sketchy Pants, stage right. That's the. Then this is 157. This is the car that's acting all sus on the dumpster cam 1 minute later. Which again would be like right when the signaling's happening.
And for everybody saying that you can't adjust a ring camera, I believe there's probably a setting to adjust what time zone you're in. And it would.
Look, you can see people running in front of that car. Do you see that?
Yeah.
There's people running past the headlights.
I'm going to slow this down to half speed.
So here it comes pulling forward. Maybe you can open it a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. But when it starts backing up, people are running past the headlights.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there. I see two, three people. This is like right when they're supposed to be getting home. Oh, and then there's people across the street with the flashlight. Did you see this, Birdie?
I've seen this video, but it's been a while. Oh, shit. I got to do. Stop letting me put it at different speeds. I forget.
Yeah, put it on normal.
Right here.
I zoom in on it. Okay. The car gets the fuck out of there. The car gets out of there right at 2:58 a.m.
So the only
sorry, 1:58.
So the only camera that's not lining up is really this one. If we apply the delta to every single one of these, and subtracted an hour.
This is kind of stupid though, because we were just watching the same camera with the signaling and it didn't happen. So these are definitely 2 different hours. But
yeah, they're no, they're 2 different hours. I was just saying in general. I'd be curious if any of those line up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let this keep playing. Is there anything else on this one?
No, not really. I think I thought I saw some people to the stage left, but I actually don't think those are people now that I'm not too sure. It's hard to tell.
Well, I am curious though. One of the questions I have is just I don't understand this reverse one. And I really don't understand how if you add the delta to that one, it still works. You know what I mean? Sherlock?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I do.
Let's take a poll here. Type of 1 if you think that this camera is not adjusted for daylight savings times, but the others are. Type of 2 if you think it's the body cam.
Yeah, if you think the body cam really is like a full hour, 7 minutes and 20 seconds off.
And then type of 3 if you think that the timelines are accurate.
Oh yeah, if everybody's right, like everything's cool.
Now, while people are doing that,
4 a.m.
Sherlock, while people are doing that, one of the emails I forgot to read was this one, which is that Moscow PD uses the Motorola WatchGuard. We've seen that system in the court docs. And I'll hang on, let me look at the chat. There's a lot of 2s, there's a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s, 1s, 2s, 1s. Well, it's split. That's good, healthy debate, though. You know what I mean, Sherlock? Because while the deltas line up for that one, you have to look at. I'll use the favorite saying of it's the totality of evidence, right? I mean, you got plenty more. I just thought that was an interesting take because of how it would line up. It looks like it's reversed. It's something the guy walks out of the house right down towards the band field, right before the band field body cam starts.
Yeah. But look, wrong or right, I mean, I think this is the line of thinking that we have to be taking. Like we have to be sort of testing these things the way you just did.
Right.
That's precisely what we should be doing. And you know what? If you're wrong, that's okay.
Yeah.
All it means is, okay, we got one more step forward towards the truth. Off a wrong track? Sure. But we got that hypothesis, off the table. We don't have to worry about that. We can move on to the next one. Still a step forward off the right track and to find off the wrong track to find a right track. So it's okay. Yeah, it's okay if it's wrong too. Now, I got to be honest. I personally feel like the state wanted to prosecute Brian. The FBI wants to prosecute Brian. The prosecutors want to prosecute Brian. They want to say that's his car doing all the vulture passes. And so they are bringing this stuff to court and they are saying these are the accurate hours. These are the accurate minutes. Everything is accurate. We would not like for me, like if you make a daylight savings error prosecuting someone for quadruple homicide, or if the police body cams don't abide by the strictures of local time, which is your other idea, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Either one. Like if you don't fix that and submit it to court, you got a huge lawsuit on your hands. And these people definitely care about money. They have huge legal teams of compliance liability attorneys who specifically their job is to make sure that there's not a NIST mistake in the timestamp, that there's not a daylight savings mistake in the timestamp, that there's not a Motorola, body cam local time delta misalignment so in other words, because it's been 3 years, I have a hard time believing that this large group of legal liability attorneys would not catch a mistake like that. And that the FBI also wouldn't catch a mistake like that in the course of 3 years. And then there's also like all the tiny time cuts. 11
Right.
seconds, 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds. Why would you cut all that time out if you didn't want the hour to be the true hour?
What if it wasn't a
If
mistake?
the hour was if the hour was fake, then there would be no reason to do a bunch of tiny little time cuts.
Right.
You would do big time cuts like we see 3:30 a.m. to 4:06 a.m.
Absolutely. At the 7 minutes and 26 seconds is still accurate. I have this pulled up because this was interesting. Now, I will say this contradicts a little bit of what you said with the NIST as far as the regulations, and it's 3 years. They're going to look into it. But what if it is the truth as far as like if his shift got done at 0352 because some shit went down? Now, I understand it's an 8-hour shift. You add the delta forward. What I'm trying to say is this. If Moscow PD had their body cam footage not to UTC time, and it was to the up-to-date post-daylight savings time, right? That would technically still log on the back end in the system when they report. It would inherit the wrong time, and your video is saved with incorrect timestamps. In the Motorola WatchGuard stack, the camera's clock syncs from the evidence library when docked. If the evidence library's computer's date and time is wrong, the camera inherits the wrong time. So the time zone can be set in the car. Motorola docs note you can also set the time zone in the evidence library. So what I'm saying is, what if it is logged right and it wasn't a mistake in the logs? Therefore, they got into the documents not as a mistake.
I mean, it would still be a mistake. It would prove it's not Brian's car.
Yeah, I get, and also I see Phoenix. I see Phoenix talking to me
again. That would open them up to huge liabilities. I mean, they would definitely check these things. I feel like, but again, I mean, if you're right, then all the signaling block of time we just saw happens right when Kaylee and Maddie get dropped off home. That's pretty interesting to me. That's pretty intriguing.
Right. Exactly.
And I always felt something was off with. Well, I don't have to say a name, but Private Driver, right? Like I always felt like something's wrong with that story. I just really do. I don't know.
We haven't ever seen it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Right. Exactly. And I see everybody saying, give Phoenix the link. I've talked with Phoenix about tonight. Sherlock came up last second. I was only going to be out for an hour, and then Sherlock agreed. So Phoenix was going to be up tomorrow at 10 a.m. And Sherlock, I just got to tell you, man, as we wrap this up, great job. And dude, don't stop. Don't stop. You're so
Absolutely
close.
Not. Yeah.
And I got to tip my hat to you, dude, because not only is the way that you're thinking extremely profound and mathematical, and it's smart. It pieces things together that nobody's really ever looked into. And I'm singing your praises here, giving you your flowers as you rightly deserve. But one of the things I really, really, really want to tip my hat to you on is you came up here and you made it fun right away. For me, meaning I agree with you. And then you were like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna go back and forth on it. And that's just how it should go. It sounds so corny. It sounds so cliche, but it is how it should go.
Well, you literally put walls up in your own thinking when it doesn't go that way. There's got to be what's called a rat-a-tat. Sometimes it's all rat no tat, right? But all right, so let's end with this then. Can you pull up Eve video real quick? Do you have that handy?
Yep.
Can you just pull that up and go right to 3:15 exactly? There's a delta of 13 minutes that keeps coming up, and I find this so interesting. I was wondering if this could
3:14:59 right now.
Yeah.
Let me check the speed.
Play it.
It's normal.
Okay, play it. This is exactly like 13 minutes after Kaylee's phone goes silent forever, after all the signaling that we saw. This is like 13 minutes exactly after that. Follow the arrow, guys, obviously. Somebody departs that G-Wag. Starts walking towards the crime scene. Right there. 3:15 and 47 seconds. There he goes. So he starts walking towards the crime scene. Catch this. Catch this. He starts walking towards the crime scene at 3:15 a.m. and 47 seconds.
3:15 and 47.
3:15 and 47.
Yep.
The body cam shuts off. If the body cam is like a whole hour and 7 minutes and 26 seconds, like basically, if you add 1 hour, 7 minutes and 26 seconds to this time when he's walking down that cut through, it aligns right to 4:23 a.m. and 6 seconds, which is when the body cam shut off. If the true time is when, if the body cam shut off really did, if the body cam stop really is 4:01 to 4:23 and not 2:53 to 3:16. And I just thought that was so interesting because here's 1 hour, 7 minutes and 26 seconds again, but it's on the back end. It's when the body cam shuts off with this guy walking down the.
How could it be forward and backward? How does a delta like that make sense?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're so close. We just need to
look that up.
We just need to figure out this last.
Let me look that up.
We're so close.
Because I'm curious, how could a delta work forward and backwards in this case?
It doesn't. Well, Birdie, it doesn't work forward and backwards. It's just that it's the same time delta, but this time when the body cam shuts off.
So, wait, say that again. So this time it's when it shuts off.
Yeah,
but
not when it turns on. But it's still 1 hour, 7 minutes and 26 seconds. So like the major events of what's going on does have to do with this delta that keeps coming up. Whether or not the hour is truly off the body cam, we know that there's a 7 minute and 26 second manipulation that happened because it keeps coming up. So that's for sure. And we just got to keep testing it.
Yeah. So the delta could work both forward and backward in this case, and why it's so slippery. The forward shift is the body cam is ahead of true time. The body cam is running on UTC, and it's not, or it's old Pacific time, not adjusted for DST that switched on November 6th. Every event on that camera appears 1 hour later. So it means the true time, whether it's UTC or the old PDT, it's really an hour earlier. So if that hour keeps coming up, see, that's where I was so confused. That's why I went right. That's why I started thinking about, well, are the private security cameras the ones that are off?
Right.
On the backwards shift.
If the residential cams were ahead an hour, then the 1 hour part would still come up in the calculations, but the body cam would only be off 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Like it really would be 3:16 a.m. 2:53 a.m. to 3:16 a.m.
What if they didn't shift one or the other and they shifted both?
What if they shifted both? Yeah.
What if they shifted both? That's what this says. It says the forward shift is if the body cams.
Why would they need to do that though?
Well, so residential surveillance, like Linda Lane, did adjust for DST, but it was manually set wrong or synced to a source that's still 1 hour ahead. That footage time needs to read 1 hour earlier than true time. And the body cam needs to appear 1 hour later.
God, I feel like a stockbroker that's been dealing with numbers for too long. Maybe we should.
I can't even see straight. I can't imagine how you feel right now.
I know it's pretty my eyes are getting blurry. Yeah.
Well, it kind of comes down to, let me finish with this question for you, Sherlock. Is this corruption, incompetence, psyop, straight up quadruple homicide?
It's
what
corruption,
do you think it is?
Woody. Corruption everywhere.
Oh man,
Literally.
Sherlock, you are the man. You get the top dog for like the last week, and you've absolutely crushed it. To everybody that tuned in this evening, thank you so much. Thank you to Sherlock for being here tonight. It was last second, and you came in and you crushed it. The Hive
that's
will
it.
absolutely have you back anytime. And
So much
thank you
fun.
for always tuning
Thanks.
in as well.
Absolutely love it. Thank you all.
Yes, to everybody that sent a super chat, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much. I know there was a lot of comments tonight that I didn't get to. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central, I will be on with Phoenix Talks. Saturday mornings are the live digs where it's, more so engaging with the chat. Tonight, obviously, with Sherlock and what he had emailed me, I wanted to make sure I had the slides all prepped, and I was dialed in on that just because of the numbers and the math and the arithmetic. But nonetheless, I will be back on tomorrow morning at 10 Central. Don't forget to go ahead, join the Discord, the Substack. Those links are in my YouTube bio. Click subscribe, then more, and scroll down. Sherlock, I hope you have a great night, brother. Great job, and keep it up. The Hive will be here whenever you want to come back and pop up here and share your thoughts.
You too. We're close, man. We're close. We'll get there.
Absolutely.
We'll get
Yes,
there
we are.
together. Good night.
All right. Yep. Take care, everybody. Cheers.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.